And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business. Woo. These Trump supporters, they get so. You Trump supporters, I tell you, y'all get so mad at me. You Trump supporters, y'all get so mad at me simply because I get out here and I just show you who your daddy is. And if it shouldn't it shouldn't make you this angry that a brother like me gets out here and just and just gives you information. It shouldn't make you this angry, but you know what? Feelings must be meant to be hurt. All right. And so, with that being said, let's go on to the first topic. The first topic that I'm going to bring up is going to be from our good friend Lawrence O'Donnell, and this has to do with the 25th Amendment. All right. Obviously, Donald Trump is. I've heard of Sleepy Joe, and I thought Joe Biden was old. You know, is it appeal not approved? See what I mean? I thought Joe Biden, they say Joe Biden, he was in the basement, Sleepy Joe. And so what did these demons go and do? They went and got somebody worse than Joe Biden by voting for Donald Trump. All right. This guy poops in his diaper every day. He's passing gas. He's falling asleep randomly. He's barely able to, he can't even speak in a straight sentence. Has anyone heard Trump actually talk and say something like a complete sentence? He can't do it. He can't stay on topic. And so what we're going to do is warm up the lake of fire because how many flashes of insanity does the United States, does the world need to see from Donald Trump before his supporters and J.D. Vance do the right thing?
War College wrote in The Atlantic that the question on the minds of the top military commanders after listening to Donald Trump yesterday must have been, how can I know that an order I received to launch my missiles came from a sane president?
How do we know? Yeah.
They won't know.
You won't.
How many flashes of insanity from a president should we tolerate?
Oh.
That sounds like something that deserves a zero tolerance policy.
Correct.
And we have never seen public flashes of insanity from any president other than Donald Trump, and we now see them every day. A president who has failed to get his funding plan passed by a Congress completely controlled by his party, then spends the day creating public versions of his hallucinations about the Democratic leaders of the House and the Senate.
Right.
The president gives every indication that you could possibly ask for, that he has lost his mind. And every single elected Republican official in Washington excuses it. Most of them run away from it.
Look at that,
they don't
man.
even want to talk about it.
Look at that man.
And the highest ranking elected Republican.
Look at that man. Look at that man. This is a sick animal. I won't even give him the dignity of being referred to as an animal. He's a creature. This is a sick, evil creature. You so-called Christians have found yourselves face down inside their diaper. I've never ever met an honest Trump supporter. I'm convinced they don't exist. These are some of the most wicked, sick individuals. And the question that I have for every single Trump supporter, don't get in my box and start asking me about Vice President Kamala Harris. Don't ask me about Joe Biden and the Democrats. No, there's two things. When did you start hating yourself? And when did you start hating your country? All right. That's all I want to care. That's the only two questions that I want to have MAGA answer, because anything else outside of that is totally irrelevant. It's like going into a classroom and knowing these people have been getting F's. They haven't even been attending the class, but they got so much to say to try to teach everybody else in the class. No, do us all a huge favor and sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast, you demons. Like I said, a lot of you Trump voters, a lot of you Trump supporters, y'all will not be here come midterms because your dear leader, Donald Trump, will make sure you cease to exist on this earth. He will. And you can just tell by the way he's running the country, right? He doesn't give a darn about you if there's a natural disaster. It broke my heart to hear about what happened in Kerr, Texas. And it all could have been prevented if Donald Trump would have simply done his job as the president. He's not running a campaign anymore. Did you know, MAGA, that the president's job is a real job? Did you know that? This isn't just entertainment. You want to be entertained? Turn on your TV. Hell, come listen to me, W. Zeus.
Washington says, it's funny. Those were his words.
Oh,
it's funny.
It's funny to be racist.
The Vice President of the United States is empowered by the Constitution to convene the cabinet to take a vote under the 25th Amendment
He is.
to temporarily relieve the president of his duties and install the vice president as the acting president when the president is obviously insane. Or when the president is incapacitated in some way, mental or physical, and obviously cannot do the job. Most Republicans in Washington are running away from the question of, is Donald Trump insane, for posting crazy social media lies about Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries in the middle of a government shutdown or in the middle of any workday for a president. When Donald Trump is supposed to be trying to find a solution to that shutdown and other governing challenges.
You joined a stealth club.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Donald Trump is supposed to be focusing on opening the government, but instead he's out here generating fake AI videos of Hakeem Jeffries. And listen up, I got to say this real quick. I'll say it in just a sec. I'll let Lawrence finish.
25th Amendment Day in the White House today, where Donald Trump was not publicly visible. And the vice president of the United States took to the microphone on day one of the government shutdown to basically assure the country, I guess, that he's in charge.
JD.
And very specifically and deliberately to draw attention to Donald Trump's public insanity by actively seeking out an opportunity to talk publicly about Donald Trump's manifestations of outright insanity.
Insane.
On the sombrero thing, I mean, Hakeem Jeffries said it was racist. And I know that he said that. And I honestly don't even know what that means. Like, is he a Mexican American that is offended by having a sombrero meme? I mean, I saw one of the major TV stations put the meme up and then say, this is AI generated. And he had like the curly animated mustache too. It's like, do you really not realize the American people recognize that he did not actually come to the White House wearing a sombrero and a black curly animation mustache? Like, give the country a little bit of credit. We're all trying to do a very important job for the American people. The President of the United States likes to have a little bit of fun when he's doing it, and I think that's okay.
That's JD. Just disgusting. That's what I'm going to call him, just disgusting. That's who he is. Took his little hood off. He took his hood off. You know, and made, he acted like he went into a nice little house, took his shoes off, threw his pajamas on, took a little swig of something and got real comfortable in that racism. Didn't y'all just see JD Vance say that? And then I put a video up and I saw a person, a Hispanic American person. They went and left a comment because I said, this is racist. And this MAGA demon, Hispanic person that supports Trump, you know what they are. Oh, I didn't find that to be racist. Okay. See, and this is why I say shut the government down. Shut the whole thing down. Because apparently we got some ignorant folks in this country and they got to learn the hard way. See, you don't just sometimes come out at level 10. Sometimes you got to turn it up a little and see if they jump. And if they don't jump, you go ahead and keep turning up the temperature. And so what I'm going to do is this. To all of you who are still supporting Donald Trump and his racist administration, and you keep coming up and you ask, well, how's that racist? All right, you know what I got to say? You know what? If you like it, I truly love it. And hell will be your portion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up that lake of fire. This is for Donald Trump, who is pushing the racism. JD Vance, who's upholding the racism. And then we have people of color upholding white supremacy. And they just do it like they do it when they go to the gym and you're working out. They do it and they take great pride in it. Look at me, look how strong I am upholding white supremacy. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these folks where they belong, straight to hell. Yeah, you can be I get it. Yeah, W's. And I get it. You can be very strong at upholding white supremacy and be a person of color, but that doesn't mean you're smart at all. As a matter of fact, you know what I say?
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
And that's what Donald Trump says about you, all right? Because we all heard Donald Trump say it. He already said, he says, smart people don't like me. That's what Donald Trump said. So if you're a person that likes Donald Trump, that implies you aren't that smart. And so why should we listen to you? Why should we actually try to act like we care about your feelings? All right, now what I want to do is this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and listen to this is Caroline and JD Vance. This, yesterday we all saw what they were talking about. And this is just to me an example of why I say Donald Trump is a dangerous person, all right? And it has to do with the shutdown, and it's how MAGA is reacting, the government is reacting. So what I'll do is this. Let's let JD Vance explain what the impact of the shutdown will be real quickly. All right, and this has to do with layoffs.
Has shut down the federal government. It's not going to weeks, if the shutdown lasts that long, to ensure that people get the essential services that they need, despite the fact that Chuck Schumer has shut down the federal government. It's not going to be perfect because we are in a government shutdown. We are going to have to lay some people off if the shutdown continues. We don't like that. We don't necessarily want to do it, but we're going to do what we have to keep the American people's essential services continuing to run. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Vice
So
President.
he's priming you. We're going to have to lay people off after the shutdown. Just keep that in mind.
And thank you for being here. Yesterday, President Trump said, as a result of the shutdown, we'll be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very effective, and the Democrats, they are going to be Democrats. Has the administration asked agencies to target federal workers who they believe to be Democrats in these reductions of forces?
We're not targeting federal agencies based on politics. We're targeting the people's government so that as much as possible of the essential services can continue to function. That is the question the president has asked the entire government, is fundamentally, okay, we're in a shutdown. That causes some problems. The troops aren't getting paid. There's nothing that we can do about that while the government is shut down. But there are essential services that we want to make sure as much as possible they still continue to function. That is the principle that's driving us forward during this shutdown. It's going to continue to be the principle that drives us forward. But let's be honest. If this thing drags on for another few days or, God forbid, another few weeks, we are going to have to lay people off. We're going to have to save money in some places so that essential services don't get turned off in other places. That is the reality of the government shutdown that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats have foisted upon the administration.
So I'm going to stop JD right there. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand what's going on right now. All right. This is serious. Donald Trump and JD Vance and his entire administration, they've taken the United States government hostage. That's what's really happening. All right. And imagine you have hostage negotiations. Imagine, because this is what's really happening. Hey, we know you're in there. Come on out. Because that's how the negotiations start. Does anyone have a phone number they can reach the suspect in there? Come on out. And who's in there? It's Donald Trump, JD Vance, and his entire cabinet. I'm not coming out at all. And give us what we want, or we'll do one of these hostages in. And who are the hostages? It's the American people. Think about that. If you don't give us what we want, what do you want? All the gold. If you don't give us what we want, we'll start popping them. He's literally showing us he does not value innocent lives. That's crazy to me. There's no way you can go inside of the government and find out who's really a Democrat, who's a Republican. You can't go and do that. And if you start doing that, that's even crazier, right? So every day that this thing every day that the government is shut down, Donald Trump is going to unalive an innocent American. Do you now see, ladies and gentlemen, why I say, and a lot of us say, this guy he's dangerous. WG man. He had Pete Hegseth bring those generals here. All right. Why do you think they're here? Because they're going to be part of the hostage negotiation at some point. Because once he starts going through the low levels, it's going to start escalating to the high levels. All right. And while this is all happening, America is getting worse and worse. Our safety. There's no one protecting us right now. Do you really think Pete Kegsbreath, who can barely, I don't even think he stopped drinking now that I think about it. Do you think he can save us? Do you think Donald Trump can save you? Nope, no. And if you believe that, and I'd hate to say it, I could get into some trouble. Did they save Charlie Kirk? Did Donald Trump save Charlie Kirk? All he's doing is making money off of Charlie Kirk. What happened to Herman Cain? Remember? Oh, I went to a Trump rally. And then the poor man that lost his life at Butler. Remember all these people? These are nothing but hostages in Donald Trump's orbit. You, MAGA, he doesn't care about you. And then you get mad at us Democrats. Y'all better wake up. But like I said, that's why I say a lot of you Trump voters, y'all won't be here during the midterms. He can try to gerrymander and rig this thing. But what good is that if y'all don't even have the opportunity to vote? Don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself. All right. And that's another huge W, Zeus. And if you're getting triggered by the way that I'm running my show, like I said at the top of the show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yeah.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
I want to get this on the record and we're going to do a quick judgment. I might go over a little bit, but I'm going to try to get it through this as quick as possible. This is Representative Madeleine Dean. She's confronting MAGA Mike Johnson over Donald Trump's speech to the generals, or as I like to say, to the hostages that he made come all the way across the world back to D.C. Yeah, he's confronting MAGA Mike Johnson about it. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, she's basically saying our allies are looking elsewhere and our enemies, they are laughing at us. You have a president who is unwell.
The president is unhinged. He is unwell. What are you doing?
Folks on your side are too. I don't control.
Oh my God, please. That performance in front of the generals? That is so dangerous. You know I serve on foreign affairs and appropriations. It's the collision of those two things. Our allies are looking elsewhere. Our enemies are laughing.
I just left
you
the
have a president who is unwell.
So Mike Johnson, MAGA Mike, knows Donald Trump is unwell, unfit, unqualified, is, as far as I'm concerned, a DEI hire at best. And he says, oh, well, you have a lot of people. Well, MAGA Mike, a lot of people aren't the president of the United States. It's a big difference. All right. So obviously MAGA Mike hates himself and he hates his country. And you got to ask yourself why. And it's probably because Donald Trump has his grinder information. Yeah, I believe Donald Trump, any Republican that doesn't show that they actually care about this country or have a spine, I'm convinced that it's because Donald Trump has your grinder profile. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire and send MAGA Mike Johnson where he belongs. Hey, MAGA Mike. Just go ahead and release your grinder information so we can move on as a country. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's send him where he belongs, straight to hell. He don't like me.
Silence.
Yeah.
MAGA
W6. Last part. The last thing that I wanted to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, and then I got to get to the audience and talk. It has to do with our boy, our good friend. How many of you know who Jared Kushner is? How many of you know who Jared Kushner is? All right. So
If you don't,
yesterday it was brought to my attention, and I haven't been keeping up with Jared Kushner because I didn't know he was still working for Donald Trump. But this has been brought to our attention, and it's good, and it's due to some great reporting. And I love it when reporters ask questions that I had never thought about asking because I'm thinking it's all about the government shutdown. And then now I'm finding out Jared Kushner has his hand in our pockets still. And I expect full accountability and transparency. So let's get this out of the way.
Directly himself, many a times untruth. You are hearing directly from the President of the United States.
The second thing, how did the White House decide that it is appropriate for Jared Kushner to be working on matters that involve Qatar, the UAE, Saudi Arabia? 3 countries that combined have given him more than $2.5 billion for his investment firm.
Wow. Jared Kushner is still getting money? All right, and no one's saying anything, MAGA? Qatar? Oh, y'all don't have a problem with this grifting? Your dear leader hasn't uttered a word about it. He runs his mouth a lot. And so what I'm at, where I'm at with this, MAGA, is this. how much more are you going to allow this man to continue to keep throwing the Democrats and the radical left in your face while he continues to rob you blind and destroy this country? You, MAGA, y'all have betrayed y'all oath. I would strip every single Trump supporter of their citizenship right now. And I say, you know what? Nah, deport them. They don't care about America. All they care about is putting their faces in Donald Trump's dirty, disgusting diaper. So let's listen to Caroline lie about why Jared Kushner is allowed to get all this money while the government is shut down, all right?
It's frankly despicable that you're trying to suggest that it's inappropriate for Jared Kushner, who is widely respected around the world and has great trust and relationships with these critical partners in these countries, to strike a 20-point comprehensive detailed peace plan that no other administration would ever be able to achieve. And so Jared is donating his energy and his time to our government, to the President of the United States, to secure world peace, and that is a very noble thing. And this is a peace plan that has not just been accepted by Israel, but it has been applauded by Muslim and Arab countries around the world. It has been applauded by European leaders around the world. Virtually everyone in the world is supportive of this plan that Jared Kushner offered his time to help put together alongside our special envoy Witkoff, the Vice President, the President of the United States, Secretary Rubio, and the President's entire national security team. We are very proud of that plan, and we hope Hamas will accept it because it will lead to a more peaceful and prosperous Middle East.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Caroline. So you want me to believe that the person that I just heard got the $2.5 billion, probably more, is now offering his time? How mighty charitable, Caroline. All right. So we're going to ignore the $2.5 billion, and you want me to just believe this is volunteer. This is Jared Kushner doing community service. And, everybody agrees with the plan. I haven't seen the plan. How did you get to that level, right? See, and this is what I'm saying. If you're getting that kind of money and you're actually involved in negotiating matters tied to our national security, then why can't we have Jared Kushner go testify in front of Congress, right? He should be on TV. He should do what Donald Trump. He should probably be the president, right? Because that's serious business. But all of a sudden, it's acceptable for Trump officials to get paid under the table billions and billions, billions with the B, probably trillions, trillions with the T, of money, of dollars, with no accountability. And MAGA, guess what they will say when that happens? Oh, you know what they'll do? I am Charlie Kirk. That's what they'll say. But Jared Kushner's getting all this money. I am Charlie Kirk. But so what the heck does that mean? Do you know how Charlie Kirk ended up? You dummies. Why would you want to be like Charlie Kirk? You'd be better off saying, I'm like Jesus. Then I would say, you know what? At least you're sticking true to your principle. But I'm like Charlie Kirk. You're not like Charlie Kirk. Be yourselves. And stop worshiping the devil. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire. I get so angry when I see this gaslighting going on. Caroline, no, make Jared Kushner get on national television and tell us why he's getting paid $2.5 billion off the books and we don't know anything about it, all right? But you won't do that. You'll just shut the government down and pop an innocent American. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Caroline where she belongs, straight to hell. I went over 5 minutes. W-Zeus. All right. That concludes my monologue, and it is now time to go to the audience. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump voter. All right, I'll bring you up first, but if not, we will turn this thing into what it always is, which is what? An echo chamber. Welcome. I'll bring up my good friend, Brother Attacking. I don't got all day. Hi, Attacking. How are you? Attacking, are you there? I guess Attacking is doing something. All right, we'll move on, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'll move on to Angel Oliveira. Good morning, Angel. Welcome to the show. How can I help you? I don't got all morning. All right, let's see what we got. If you're a Trump supporter, send a guest request and get on up here and catch this. I call it a whooping. All right, it's really a whooping because what you're doing to this country is, to me, the most ungodly, evil thing. It's a betrayal of your oath. And I know we all had to take an oath to become citizens at some point. All right. I just don't know the exact time. But get on up here and take this behind whooping, so to speak, because you can't sit around here and pretend like you don't see it for what it is. This is the biggest grift. Angel Oliveira, good morning. Maybe you're somewhere I don't know, but we'll move it along. All right, let's go. Straw Hat Boogie, good morning. Yeah, MAGA will not come up here and talk to me because I don't want to talk about what MAGA wants to talk about all the time. I want to talk about what's really going on. Good morning, Straw Hat Boogie.
Oh, I did not try to get up here, man.
I got you, chap. Don't even worry about it. W Straw Hat Boogie, ladies and gentlemen. See, Just D, good morning. Welcome to the show. Oh yeah, we're cooking and booking this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just D, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you? How can I help you this lovely morning?
I just want to say you're great. I love your show, and everything you say is the truth.
Thank you. Where are you from?
I live in the state of Florida, but I am from Detroit, Michigan.
Hey, what up, Detroit? Detroit. All right, well, listen. I know you're busy out there doing what you're doing, and all I'm going to say is thank you for coming up here, all right? I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
It. All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. My good friend Just D just came up here. You see that huge W? Yeah. So where are the Trump voters at this morning? Don't be out there. Don't be hiding. No, get up here and defend this nonsense real quick so that we can dress you down. If you have the ability to accept the fact that Donald Trump just disgustingly dressed down our brave men and women in uniform, him and Pete Kegsbreath, that you should be able to get up here and get dressed down as well. All right. Let's move it on. No, Cosmo, you're struggling, bro. You know this is wrong. Millie, good morning.
Hi, Zeus. Good morning. How are you?
There's an echo. Or am I on?
I'm sorry.
You having something like that going on?
I'm sorry. Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right. And you? There's
I'm
still
good.
an echo.
My question.
I can still hear an echo.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is.
Is there a TV on in the background?
No, wait. Hold on. I know what it is. Hold on. Hold on.
All right. Thank you. W's in the chat.
Hold on.
Sometimes they have me playing on
Okay.
the TV.
How about now?
I think that's better. There you go. Yeah. What was the difference?
Okay. The difference was that I listen to you every day and you're amazing.
Thank you. You know, a lot of people say that I spread hate.
You do not. You do not. Let me tell you something. I'm a New Yorker. I'm 64 years old. I am a company owner.
Okay.
And I am calling for the step. I do live on the beach in the state of Delaware. But my statement was this. So I think these people are forgetting that they actually work for us. Right?
Yeah.
And we ask you questions, so we want to know answers because you work for us, you maniacs. And little Miss Levitt over here upset about, we want to know about Kushner. Where's this $2 billion that you giving this man coming from is what I want to know.
Yeah. And how come he's allowed to get it with no oversight? Right?
This was quiet as his cat. Nobody knew about this crap.
Yeah. I didn't know he was out there negotiating things tied to our national security.
Yes. I mean, like, this is insanity, complete insanity. I tell you.
Yeah.
But you keep doing the great thing that you're doing, and I'm going to keep watching you. I'm headed to a meeting, but
all right. Well, listen, keep up the great work, and thank you so much, Millie. I really do appreciate it. See how quick it is, ladies and gentlemen. Folks get up here and they tell the truth, and then they shame the devil. Where are your Trump supporters at? Bring yourselves forward, all right? And let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Good morning, brother. Attacking. Are you back?
I am. Sorry, I was vacuuming.
I heard the vacuum. Yes, Kirby. Was it a dirt devil? What kind was it? I'm just kidding.
It was one off of the TikTok shop.
Oh, nice.
And it works. I like it.
Yeah,
hey, can I show you a picture?
Sure.
All right, hold on. Let me. Where the heck am I?
I see you.
How come I cannot do a picture? Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
That was weird for a second. I heard that you got kicked off.
Yeah, but I don't see the photo. Sometimes the TikTok. Hey, what is that? Come on. Well, come on. That's a jump scare.
If Donald Trump can do it, but I made a video of him dancing.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Attacking. That's too much for me. I gotta eat breakfast.
Too early in the morning for that.
Yeah, that's sick. But that really is how he looks. And I could see. I saw some Trump supporters hanging out of his butt. All right, because you know that's where they love to be. Sick.
I made a video of him applying Nair to his hairy legs to make it all nice and clean and shiny. You saw that one, yeah. You know, so I did a broadcast. I started a broadcast earlier this morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up, had a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
So I made a post. I just want the Trump supporters to raise their hand up high and say that they support a rapist and an assaulter of women. So I want to
do it, Cosmo.
Raise your hand. If you voted for the guy, which 77 million voted for him,
mm-hmm.
They've acknowledged they don't care about assaulting women or children.
Yeah.
Own it. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Come on my broadcast. Come on Zeus's broadcast. Say that you own it, that you knowingly voted for a man who harmed women and children and has been held liable, who has said it out of his own mouth. Just own it.
Yeah.
We want to understand you. We want to understand you.
Mm-hmm.
And until you acknowledge it, we're not going to understand you. And the thing is this, they won't acknowledge it because if you acknowledge it out loud, Zeus,
mm-hmm.
that means that your brain, your ethics, your morals, and your values will have to acknowledge that you did something that under normal circumstances you would have never have done.
You know what happens to their brain, their values? The moment they acknowledge this is what happens to their values.
Yeah.
Right down the drain. They don't want to do that.
And by the way, this shutdown has to do with Donald Trump. In 2017, I said it before, he shut down, he took away the subsidies to the insurance companies, which made the premiums low. You're letting it expire, which means millions of people's health insurance premiums are going to double.
Yep.
This is not bogus. Donald Trump did it in 2017. You can go look at it. He's doing it now. Millions of people, including Republicans, are going to have their policies double.
Yep.
And you guys don't care. But neither does he.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when Donald Trump made that comment, maybe we should use democratic cities with our military as training grounds.
Ain't that something?
And you know what he's doing also?
What's that?
It is something. Do you know what else he's doing? He's attacking cities and states with removing funding for certain programs, but they're not Republican. They're Democrats. Kind of like
in Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries' district in New York, freezing federal dollars. Like I
18
said,
billion for the tunnel.
Yeah, he's freezing. Yeah. And I liken that to, you're in hostage negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
And what Donald Trump and his administration are doing is every time they don't get what they want, they take out an innocent American.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
And if Pete Hegseth wants our generals, and if you looked at some of those generals, they could break him in half. Did you see those guys? They weren't fat. They were very large, very well built generals right in the front row. They could break him in half. He can't even do a push-up. I remember kicking my legs when I was a teenager trying to do a pull-up. Sure. He's kicking his leg as an adult trying to squeeze one more. He can't even get it up there.
Yeah.
So Pete Hegseth, the alcoholic and womanizer, racist, bigot, in charge of our military.
And look at, as you call them those names, the Trump supporters, they get mad because they feel like they got to come and defend Pete and Donald Trump. Ain't that something?
Well, you guys say that they're just like you, so that means you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're homophobic, you're a misogynist. So own it. Just own it. But I'm going to drop. Thank you very much, Zeus. We support you, and you're doing a darn good job.
Thank
a lot
you.
better than I'm doing. But the thing is this: they're not going to keep us quiet. They're not keeping me quiet. They're not keeping you quiet. They're not keeping anybody else quiet.
No, all they're going to do is make me become more honest. All right,
Exactly.
and I appreciate you standing shoulder to shoulder with me, attacking it while we're going through this very, very difficult time as a country. It really does mean a lot. All right, bro.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna drop. Everybody be good. Everybody be safe.
W attacking. So, ladies and gentlemen, I opened up the platform so that it's not just an echo chamber, but I believe you can see for what it is. Every person that's MAGA, they are terrified to get into this conversation with us. Because I'm a fair person, but they're very scared because they don't want to be outed for what they are. But I want to make sure all of you Trump supporters understand this. And I'm going to keep repeating it because you got to repeat certain things. If y'all don't stop doing what you're doing, you will be on Donald Trump's chopping block next. All right. And I've given you multiple examples. If he can't save Charlie, then what do you think he's going to do with you? You're nothing but political capital to him, all right? And he'll use as many of you as he needs to in order to remain in that White House. Because guess what? There's only one party out here that's willing to confront Donald Trump for what he is, the bully that he is, and it's us, the Democrats. Yeah, we do not operate in the fear you operate in, all right? If Donald Trump, if he wants to make this about policy and voting, which is what we all know America is, guess what? We're going to do the hard work, like Kamala said. It's hard work, but it's good work. We're going to do the work it takes to make sure that the electorate as a whole rallies together to hold this man accountable. Yeah. So to the Trump supporters, listen up. You better get out of that cult while you can. Huge W, Zeus. Yeah, I said Kamala. And I could say Kamala as much as I want to, all right? Because that's what this is about, all right? Good morning, Nat Turner. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? I could play something from you for Kamala if you want me to. It's not that difficult. Good morning, Nat Turner. How can I help you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Nat Turner. All right, 1831. All right, you wild boy for that one, but okay. Let's move it along, all right? Let me move on to my next guest. Shauna, good morning. How can I help you?
Good morning, Zeus. How are you today?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I am doing fantastic because I did some research last night, and I want to make sure that the Democrats know some talking points, and that is, we've all heard of EMTALA, right? By now, everybody's heard of EMTALA. EMTALA is the rule that started in 1986 under Reagan that said that everybody that goes to an emergency room for life-saving care gets it.
Right. Okay.
In the 90s, we passed PRWORA. And that still said only emergencies, and we're going to pay for the illegal immigrant portion of the emergency room. Okay. Now, let's say an illegal immigrant goes in there, gets in a car accident, they administer life-saving care, and that illegal immigrant stays for 2 weeks.
Okay.
The only care that they can pay for is that first day when they administer the life-saving care. That extra 2 weeks where he's in rehab, that's not covered. Right. And now get this. Guess how much money we spend on Medicaid per year?
How much?
$700 billion. Right? Now, guess how much of that goes towards the care of illegal immigrants?
700 billion, maybe half.
1 billion, which is less than 0.05%. They shut down the government over 0.05% of the freaking Medicaid bill. They are raising their premiums by tens of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Because they hate immigrants so much that even 0.5% of the Medicaid bill is too much for them. If you go into a MAGA life, they will say to you, oh, I believe in EMTALA. We should definitely save the people. You know, we don't like illegal immigrants, but we should definitely save them.
Yeah.
But they don't want to pay for the saving. And they don't understand that when they don't pay for the saving, who eats that bill? The hospitals.
Yeah.
And so then the hospitals eat that bill, and they got to make that up with higher prices.
Preach.
And so they go into the rural communities. The rural community hospital has to raise those prices. The rural communities can't afford it because there's only 5,000 people splitting that bill, friend. But the city hospitals, they can split it no problem because there's a huge population.
Wow.
And if we split that bill as the United States of America population, it's even cheaper per person.
Yeah. And isn't a healthier country? Isn't having a healthy country a good thing?
You'd think that would be part of national security, right?
Because right now the CDC, they're saying if an outbreak happens, we're in deep trouble because Donald Trump's trying to, take out these hostages and get us down to only having 36% of the staff in there. And you start thinking, so if an outbreak happens and a person that they feel is an illegal immigrant in the country, they would say, let them keep it and spread it to all of us.
Oh, sure. Would you want to get this? I own a company, okay?
Yeah.
We started it, so I've seen it grow from 0 employees to 100 employees, okay?
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you. When we had like 50 employees, we had somebody who got cancer, sadly.
Okay.
A serious cancer.
Yeah.
So they get cancer, which is a very expensive thing.
Yeah.
And I know people think, oh, well, you paid insurance, and so the health insurance company just pays that. But that's not how it works. So because he had cancer, our insurance rates doubled the next year, because that's what happens. And you get put on like DUI. We called it DUI task force for insurance because that's what it's like, because it's for 3 years.
Wow.
So we almost lost our business then because we didn't know if we could pay for it, but we figured it out. So then the next year, so he gets rid of the cancer, but you know how cancer is, it comes back.
Yeah.
So the next year he had cancer for 2 months and he died.
Wow.
So our insurance company, the healthcare, they said, okay, now we're going to triple your insurance and it's going to be that way for 3 years.
What?
Yes, it's like you're on DUI probation.
Yeah.
And so we just happened to have our CFO was the wife of a guy that worked at Lockheed Martin and did this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, change your plan so that you have a really high deductible. Give your 401k, instead of doing a 401k match, put it in the health savings account instead.
Yeah.
So that it'll cover the deductible.
Right.
And then our insurance costs a lot less. So it ended up, fortunately we figured that out and got it figured out. But a lot of companies can't do that. If they're not offering the match, if they don't offer 401k, they can't have that high deductible and then pay that high deductible for their employees.
Wow.
But that's how healthcare works, dude.
Yeah.
And so that hurts. We talked about selling.
Yeah. Wow.
Big healthcare, big businesses can absorb that cost, obviously.
Yes, but if
they have
you're a
so many.
smaller business, it's not as easy. Like you said, if you didn't have the relationships and the network you had, this could have been really devastating to your business. So,
so now think about that. Like, think about how we were feeling when COVID was going on.
Yeah.
Because we were like, if anyone gets COVID and has to go to the hospital, we're fucked. And that's why.
Keep it clean.
Sorry.
I got you. I get what you mean. All right. I get what you
We're
mean.
screwed. I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah. Mom's watching, and so I don't want to get her upset and worked up because she always says children should obey their mother and father. So that's why I do that, and I want to stay blessed. But yeah, no problem. We made it through that. So you're saying that at the end of the day, this situation that involves healthcare, it really does hurt businesses.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, my husband was a Republican when I met him. I've converted him. He actually celebrated. He voted for Biden and blew all the way through. That was my Mother's Day gift a couple years ago, was him changing to Democrat.
Thank God.
Yes.
That's hope that folks can be redeemed. That's really good, Shauna. That made my morning right there. And everything you said, honestly, made my morning. But that part, that means that there's some hope out there.
Yeah. And he's getting, and he talks to his family, and his family are diehard MAGA, and he talks to them. I mean, he came out to them. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah. Well,
but he said millions of times, he's like, the worst part of my year is dealing with healthcare. I freaking hate it. He goes, I would gladly pay all the money that I pay towards my health insurance that I pay already to the government and let them run it for me. Because this is a whole nother thing. I mean, they have HR departments for this. I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah, it is. It is. But you know what? I'm glad that you were able to come up here and share that with all of us. And I hope people are following you so that they can get more information about how you navigated that very, very challenging moment with the health insurance. Because I think that's something that we also need to help people understand a lot more. All right. But I got to move it along. All right. And I want to say thank you.
Keep it blessed.
Yes.
Keep it blessed, friend. Keep doing what you're doing. Everyone loves you. You're fighting the good fight.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you, W. Shauna. Wow. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is a show all about love and not hatred, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what we are spreading over here. Let's see. Oh my, I got a couple of more minutes. Let's see how many I can get through. Good morning, James. Welcome, James. How are you doing, James? Welcome to the show. Did I get James up here? Yes or no? Or did James disappear? I think James disappeared. All right. Well, we'll move it along. All right. We'll move it along. Let's see. Let's go. Good morning, June. Welcome. June, are you there? I don't see June. All right. That's another one. All right. Let's go to this one. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Connecting. Tread, good morning. How are you? Yeah, it's nice when you get people I don't get to normally talk to get to come up. That's awesome. All right. Good morning. Who is this? No, I guess that didn't work. Let's go. I guess that one didn't work. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Gregory King, welcome.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on, champ?
Hey, not a lot, man. I just wanted to get on here and say, man, keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate it.
Okay.
I promise you, it's not. We don't get a lot of fight out there. But I wanted to say this, man.
Thank you, brother.
I'm here in Florida, man.
Uh-huh.
And you know they just passed the open carry law.
Oh.
If you can afford to go and buy a gun.
Oh, pew pew.
You can
Don't
go.
say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Or pew pew. You can now wear it publicly without license or anything.
Wow. I mean,
that just passed, man.
What do you think that's all about? What do you think the energy is going to be?
I don't know. So far, it hasn't been bad. But I mean, that's kind of like a touchy subject right there, man. You got people walking around with guns, man, just because you can buy one.
A lot of hate it, I say this, you do that, and then you see the Trump administration, spewing all this hatred out. You just say,
yeah, exactly.
What on earth?
Exactly.
What is really going on? I'm starting to see ads on YouTube and stuff for like body armor and stuff like that. I'm going, what?
Yeah, for
you
real.
Seen that?
For
you
real.
Seen that? And you're
Yeah.
like, what the
Man,
heck is going on?
I don't know, but I've definitely looked into some body armor because I don't know.
That's crazy.
I know.
And again, what bothers me the most is I will talk to Trump voters and they will lie in my face and say, we feel safer now that Trump is in the White House. And I'm going,
they feel safer, but we don't feel safer.
Yeah. But look at what happened to Charlie. I'm going,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You have the control of the whole government and you can't protect one of your most valuable assets.
Yeah.
That's crazy
but
to me.
I still have a problem with that. I'm not quite, so I'm not going to speak on it, but I still have a problem with that.
Yeah, well, protect your peace at all times. That's all I can say. Don't let these folks gaslight you. All right, but listen, brother Greg, I gotta move it along. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, man, appreciate you, bro.
All right, I appreciate you. All right. Wow. Well, look it up, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, listen. That concludes this abbreviated show. All right. I hope you all enjoyed it. But I gotta get up out of here. Thank you to each and every single one of you who had the ability to tune in this morning. I'm so sorry I couldn't stay longer, but I'm going to move my workout schedule. All right. So, and so what I'll say is this: thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Because honestly, without you, this show wouldn't be what it is. Amazing, entertaining, engaging, entertaining, and definitely educational. But I also got to give one last round of boos and shame. And you know who this goes out to? This goes out to each and every single Zeus hater who didn't have the courage to come up in this show and take their behind whooping, all right? Because I scared them. Y'all better wake up and realize you are also Donald Trump's hostages too. Just like he's doing it with the Democrats, he's doing it to you. But you're too blind and dumb to see it because your head's so far up Donald Trump's dirty, disgusting diaper. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these MAGA demons one last time where they belong. Straight to hell! Get out of here, you demons. All right, I gotta get up out of here.
Silence! MAGA demon.
We're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. See you tomorrow. Same time. Hey! Yeah, I gotta go. Hey! That's what you call in and out. What I just did, in and out like a burger. Thank you, VIP. Hey, Hey, these Trump supporters, they don't want it with Big Zeus. They know what time it is. 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be back. Hey, W, Evan, W, Cena, W, Brooklyn. Don't worry, I upload the videos to YouTube. W Wakanda. Hope we love in California. On a mission for their dreams. Thank you. It's the door. Woo! Ever since Honey's was where it's at. One of those beat out to sing commercials. It's all good from Diego to the Bay. The city is the bomb. The city making pain. California, yay! Let's have a party! Thank you, Ellen! It's the city! Hey, this song is, man, I tell you, this song, you put your leg out the window, and you be right, oh my God, you turn it up. Tupac right here. Go ahead, tear it up. Hey, hey, hey. Lost it, but have caution. We can lie with other fruits. Bumping and grinding like a slow jam. Hey! That's crazy. So what you say? But give me that ball beat from Jay. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area and back down. Cali is where they put their neck down. Give me love! Don't let them tell you anything bad about California. Get it popping out here, seriously. Nobody does it better. And Kamala Harris, yeah, she's a product of California. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to rock and roll. Take care. Hey. I gotta go.